Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into how education's really being reshaped.
Yeah, looking closely at technology and, different teaching approaches that are popping up.
Exactly. We're drawing from the rise of personalized learning to figure out what the big shifts are.
And what it all means for all of us, really. For continuous learning and the skills we'll need.
Okay, let's jump in. What's really standing out first?
Well, the big thing is this move towards learning that's tailored for you, the individual.
Right.
The source talks a lot about AI platforms. And they're not just for grading anymore.
No, definitely not.
They're actually analyzing how you learn, figuring out where you might be struggling a bit, and then changing the lessons sort of on the fly to match your pace.
That's fascinating. And it's not just about finding the tricky spots, is it? I mean, think about micro-learning.
Oh yeah, those short, focused bursts of information.
Exactly. Little digestible chunks seems perfect for different learning styles, Lets you really master something before moving on.
Totally. And then there's gamification, making learning feel less like, work.
Yeah. Who doesn't like a bit of game mechanics? It genuinely seems to boost engagement.
It does. And understanding, too. It helps concepts stick, makes them more interactive.
So building on that tech angle,
Yeah.
It goes way beyond just platforms, right? We're talking immersive experiences.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The document points to VR and AR, virtual and augmented reality starting to show up in classrooms.
Which sounds pretty futuristic, but the applications are obvious.
Oh, definitely. Imagine, you could virtually walk through ancient history sites.
Or visualize complex science stuff in 3D right in front of you. Takes
Yeah.
learning off the page.
Exactly. And then there's the whole metaverse idea.
Right. The metaverse as a potential learning space. Still early days, maybe.
Maybe, but the potential is huge. Think about collaboration, practicing skills in simulations.
Yeah, like flight simulators, but for, almost anything.
Kind of. Plus, just the sheer accessibility technology brings now. Open educational resources, online courses.
Digital libraries. It's breaking down a lot of old barriers to getting information.
Which is so important when you think about the skills needed for the future.
That's a key point in the source material.
Yeah, this demand for what they call future-ready skills. Critical thinking, solving problems.
Collaboration, creativity,
Yeah.
and obviously digital literacy is huge.
These aren't just nice-to-haves anymore. They're becoming fundamental for navigating, work and life.
Absolutely. Which leads straight to this idea of lifelong learning, doesn't it?
It really does. The old model of get your degree and you're done just doesn't cut it anymore.
Careers change, industries shift.
Yeah.
You constantly need to adapt and pick up new skills.
And we're seeing that reflected in the rise of alternative education paths.
Like boot camps, coding academies.
Exactly. Things focused on delivering very specific industry-relevant skills, often much faster than traditional routes.
Makes sense. So with all this change, what does it mean for teachers? Their role must be shifting too.
Hugely. It's less about being the sole sage on the stage delivering information.
Right. And more about being a facilitator, guiding student-centered learning.
So setting up environments where students learn together.
Yeah, focusing on collaboration, peer learning, project-based stuff, getting hands-on experience.
Using all these digital tools we've talked about to help you, the learner, develop those crucial future skills.
Precisely. It's a big shift in focus.
Okay, so if we were to sort of boil this down for everyone listening, what are the main takeaways?
Well, first, education is changing, and fast. Technology is a huge driver, along with the need for new skills.
Yeah, that's clear.
Second, there's this definite move towards learning that's more personal, more engaging for you.
Makes sense. More tailored, more interactive.
And finally, this underscores just how vital continuous learning is. Adapting and skill building isn't optional anymore. It's essential for, keeping up.
It really feels dynamic. Lots of exciting possibilities opening up for learners, really at any age.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. Thinking about this evolving landscape, what's maybe one skill you feel you'd like to develop further? And, what's a small first step you could maybe take even today to start that journey? Something to mull over. Thanks for this deep dive.